सत्यं चाभिधात्तपसोऽध्यजायत ततो रात्रजायत ततः समुद्रो वर्णवात् ॐ समुद्रादर्णवादधि संवत्सरो अजायत अहोरात्राणि विदधत विश्वस्य मिषतो वशी ॐ सूर्याचन्द्रमसौ धाता यथा पूर्वमकल्पयत् दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमतो स्वः ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शंयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः ॐ प्राचीदिगग्निरधिपतिरसितो रक्षिता दित्या ईशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः तेभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ॐ दक्षिणादिगिन्द्रोऽधिपतिस्थिरश्चिराजि रक्षिता पितर ईशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः तेभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ॐ प्रतीचिदिग्वरुणोऽधिपतिः प्रीदातु रक्षिता अन्नमीशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः तेभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ॐ उदीचिदिक्सोमो अधिपतिस्वचो रक्षिता अशनिरीशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णु प्रधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता वीरुदईशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः तेभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ऊर्ध्वा दिग्बृहस्पतिरधिपतिश्वित्रो रक्षिता वर्षमीशावाः तेभ्यो नमो अधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः ईशुभ्यो नमः तेभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं विष्मस्तं भोजं भेदद्मः ॐ उद्वयं तमसस्परिस्वाहा पश्यन्त उत्तरं देवं देवत्र सूर्यमुदगन्मज्योतिरुत्तमम् ॐ उदुत्यं जातवेदसं देवं वहन्ति केतवः दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगादनीकं चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्ने आप्राद्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षध्वं सूर्यात्मा जगतस्तस्तु षष्ठ स्वाहा ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदाः शतम् जीवेम शरदाः शतम् शृणुयाम शरदाः शतम् प्रब्रवाम शरदाः शतमदीनाः स्याम शरदाः शतम् भूयश्च शरदाः शतात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादि कर्मणा धर्मार्थ काम मोक्षाणां सद्यः सिद्धिर्भवेन्नः। ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। इति संध्योपासना ब्रह्म यज्ञांतर्गत है। अब आप अपनी दोनों हथेलियों को घर्षण करके अपनी आंखों को प्रक्षेपण करके खोलिए सबको।
थैंक यू विनय जी। My voice may not be as good as earlier because I have some cold. I'm fighting a cold for the last couple of days. But I'm going to speak on Panch Mahayajna. I have given this talk to our Arya Samaj around this past Saturday morning. So the slides were already ready for it. So I thought maybe I won't have to prepare any new slides and I will go with those. Some information you guys already know, but that's okay to review them. And also, but there will be some new information as well. So it will be beneficial not only for you guys, but also those who may be watching it for the first time on YouTube. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I hope everybody can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic today, mine is Panch Mahayajna, a Vedic way of life. And मानव जीवन में 5 प्रकार के यज्ञ होते हैं जिनका वर्णन सत्यार्थ प्रकाश में किया गया है। वो 5 यज्ञ हैं: ब्रह्म यज्ञ, देव यज्ञ, पितृ यज्ञ, अतिथि यज्ञ, and Bali Vaishnav Dev Yajna. So I will briefly describe these, what these are. Brahm Yajna के अंतर्गत there are 2 items there, and one is Upaasanaa, योगा अभ्यास से परम पिता परमेश्वर का ध्यान करना. That means to meditate on the Almighty God, the one and only, who is the creator of this universe. And the second one is Swadhyaya, means ऐसे शास्त्रों को पढ़ना, वेद आदि सत्य शास्त्रों को पढ़ना जिससे हमें मोक्ष प्राप्ति का उपदेश मिले. मोक्ष का उपदेश करने वाले वेद आदि सत्य शास्त्र को पढ़ना. And Maharishi states that the upasana should be done both times, प्रातः काल और सायंकाल, दोनों समय करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इस समय संधि होती है. रात इन द मॉर्निंग रात्रि और दिन की संधि है, और सायंकाल में दिन और रात्रि की संधि है. we move on to Dev Yajna. इसको कई नामों से पुकारा गया है. इसको अग्निहोत्र भी कहते हैं, हवन भी कहते हैं, and there are many other names. So जिन पदार्थों की हम आहुति डालते हैं अग्निहोत्र में, तो अग्नि का गुण है वो उनको बहुत सूक्ष्म कर देती है. And then it spreads it with the help of air, it spreads it throughout the atmosphere. इसलिए हम जिस वातावरण को हम लोग प्रतिदिन दूषित कर रहे हैं, पसीना, मल मूत्र एटसेट्रा, उनको इस एटमॉस्फेयर क्लीन करना भी हमारा ही कर्तव्य है. So there are some things that should be done while performing the Agnihotra. The ghee should be used in sufficient amount to cut down the smoke that is originated. The smoke is going to be originated. It depends upon what kind of a wood you are using. And there are two kinds of woods that have been mentioned. One is the mango woods, and the other one is palash wood. And they say it produces less smoke, mango woods. But I know it may not be available in the United States, or if it is available, it's very expensive from Indian stores. So we use whatever we find it. Or you can also use coconut flakes that will produce less smoke, the coconut flakes. And this should preferably be done in open grounds where there are a lot of trees. The idea is that the trees are hungry for the carbon dioxide, and they convert it back into oxygen. So if you have a closed atmosphere, then you have to please open all the windows so the smoke goes out. So what are the benefits of doing Dev Yajna? So I hear sometimes these words, from one Acharya also, कि ये देव यज्ञ करना नहीं चाहिए, अग्निहोत्र करना ही नहीं चाहिए, only do upasana. So Maharishi writes, and this I think we studied this just maybe in the last one or two lecture in the Rigved Adi Bhasha Bhumika. Ved Vishay Vichar. This was on page 49, 44, 45 के आसपास आई है. तो उन्होंने महर्षि ने वहाँ पर दिए हुए कुछ why it should be done. So इसे वेद मंत्रों के पढ़ने से ईश्वर की स्तुति, प्रार्थना, उपासना होती है और वेदों की रक्षा होती है. And then he also writes कि वेद मंत्रों को बार बार पढ़ने से, पाठ करने से वे कंठस्थ भी हो जाते हैं, in addition to cleansing the atmosphere. So, and I know that our Arya Samaj also, people who have been coming to the Arya Samaj for the last 30 years, and if we tell them, would you like to have this book? They say, no, we don't have a book. We already remembered the mantras. So they just close their eyes and recite them, because we have been reciting them for a long time. And we recite the prayers collectively for the benefit of the entire world. We're not saying, because most of the mantras we use the word naha. Naha means hum sab ke liye, not just for me. So it's a way of memorizing the Ved mantras. For those who have been coming to the Arya Samaj for a long time know this thing. They don't need a book to recite the Ved mantras. This also plays a small role in the production of the Vedas as well. We have to memorize the Ved mantras. And if I'm hearing correctly, that our Vedas were protected by the Brahmins of South India, and they memorized all of them. So when the invaders used to come, they used to come, collect the Vedas and burn it. They said, go ahead and take it, burn it. They used to rewrite it. Also, the next on the list is a Pitri Yajna. So Pitri Yajna, it has a couple of meanings, maybe more, but this is what I understand. It means to serve the living parents, grandparents, uncles and aunts, and not the ones who have departed from this mortal world. The things that we know outside is that usually they try to serve those that have left this world by doing some yajna and all that stuff. And the second is to serve the learned people, acharyas, etc. It is formed from a verbal root pa. Pa means to protect, raksha karna. उससे फिर ये पितरी बन शब्द पितरी बनता है, जिससे हम पिता, इसका ही फिर जो हम प्रथम पुरुष एक वचन में बन जाएगा, प्रथम विभक्ति एक वचन में बन जाएगा पिता। पिता मीन जो रक्षा करता है. These days, people normally think of Pitar as parents who have departed, and they try to do Sharad and Tarpan ceremonies for them. So Sharad, what is Sharad? Sharad is composed of two words. One is Shrat, the other one is Dha. Shrat means Satya, Dha means धारण करना. सत्य को धारण करना ही शराद कहलाता है. तो शराद का अर्थ है कि वह क्रिया जिसमें सत्य को धारण किया जाता है. Any activity that is performed in which truth is prevails, truth is upheld, that is called sharad. So what is the truth? The truth is that the माता पिता ने हमारा पालन पोषण किया है, and when they are old and are unable to take care of themselves, it is our duty to take care of them. The second is tarpan. तर्पण का अर्थ है तृप्त करना, माता पिता की सब आवश्यकताओं को तथा यथाशक्ति पूर्ण करना है. Above all, and we forget about this thing, Johnny the teenager, about spend time with them and listen to them, and also try to form a habit that your children also talk to them nicely and spend time with them. So what is this proof? There's a proof. What's the proof that Pitri means the living parents and not that maybe mean departed too, but why we do it for Pitri parents? Usually it is taken as the ones who have departed this world. So there are shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. The shloka is 1.26. And I'm not going to recite this for the sake of time. I will just read the mantra, the meaning over here. It says, Atha means uske baad, पार्थ में अर्जुन ने वहां युद्ध में, the world is पितरीन, that's what I wanted to point. पितरीन means पितरों को, प्लूरल है ये पितरी का. पितरों को, पिता महान, दादों को, आचार्यान आचार्यों को, मातुलान मामों को, maternal uncles, भातरीन भाइयों को, पुत्रान पुत्रों को, पोतरान पोतों को, तथा और मित्रों को, सखीन मित्रों को देखा. This is the time when Shri Arjun asked Shri Krishna to bring the chariot in between the two armies, and he wants to see who is here for this fight, for this war. And then he described in there कि वहां पर उन्होंने पितरों को देखा, पितर like relatives, दादा समान से relatives, आचार्य समान से relatives, ऐसे not relatives, आचार्यों को देखा, मामों को देखा. So there Arjuna saw the presence of fathers and grandfathers like relatives. He saw living people, not the dead ones, the living ones over there. That's the point I wanted to make. So Pitri means the living ones. There's another shloka over here from Bhagavad Gita, 1.34. And I will not recite this. I will just go the meanings over here. In this mantra, in this shloka, Arjun is telling Shri Krishna ji, he says, Acharya, which means Gurujan, Pitraha means Pitarjan, Putraha means Putra, or Tatha, Eva, ऐसे ही, Pitamaha means Dada, Matula means Mama, Shabshura means Sasur, Potra means Pote, श्याला मीन्स साले, और तथा मीन्स और संबंधी रिश्तेदार भी इस युद्ध में स्थित हैं. He is telling Shri Krishna that these people are present here in the war. And in the next or the next to next mantras, he tells Shri Krishna that he has no desire to kill them, even for the sake of ruling all the three worlds. That's what the context is over here. But again, he's saying the living ones. So the forefathers who have already died, they have taken birth somewhere else. So no point in being pinned down like nonsense. It happens at other temples. You may do a havan in their memory. to commit them and talk about their achievements and their wonderful legacy they have left behind. There's no harm in my views to doing havan for the Indra memory. And some people do that. Next we move to Atithi Yajna. The word Atithi can be defined in two different ways. One is we break it up into A plus Tithi. A means nahi. Tithi means jiski tithi nahi hoti. Dead. He just shows up. There's no fixed time that he comes. That is called Atithi. And that's the way people used to do it in India in our time. There was no telephones. Or very few people had telephones. I remember those days. And the second is Atithi. Atithi is defined as At plus Ithin. This reference I have taken is from Unadi Kosh 4.2. If somebody wants to look at it, they can look at it at Unadi Kosh, how this is derived there. And At ka means, I know there are people who are studying Vyakran with me. At means Sa Tatya Gamne, which means jo nirantar gaman karta hai. The one who goes from place to place, it doesn't stay at one single place. ऐसे person को हम अतिथि कहते हैं. And who will classify in that? The sannyasis. The sannyasi people go from place to place. And I think it's perhaps in Satyat Prakash or Rigvad Bhasha Bhumika, most likely Satyat Prakash, that the sannyasi people are not supposed to stay at any given place for more than one night. They are supposed to go from place to place, preaching the Vedas and the other Shastras and any other knowledge that they have acquired in their past, in their life. So those people should be served. We should serve them as well, and also we should listen to their preach as well. The next on my list is Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna. Bali का अर्थ है सत्कार पूर्वक देना. वैश्यव मैंने सब, देव मीन्स सब देव मीन्स देव, सब देवों को सत्कार पूर्वक देना. So in dictionary, in Apte Sanskrit dictionary, Bali has been defined as an oblation that is offered in the Havan. Ahuti dene ko. Also it is defined as a gift or offering that is made, that is also called Bali. And the third is called the offering of a portion of the daily meal. And you may have noticed this, and I have noticed it when I was in India. People, when after eating the meal, what is left over, they will leave it outside for the stray dogs or the birds to come and eat it. And that is Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna. Actually, I used to have stray cats. I used to feed them. And I remember one time some Swami Sampurnanandji stayed with me for a few days, and then he saw it. So he said, "You are doing Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna, feeding the stray cats." So Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna, what comes under it? Feed the animals, birds, etc. And these days, I also see the bird feeders. Americans have bird feeders on their backyard. They are feeding it. They are doing Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna. The other item that comes under Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna is those who are less fortunate. We should serve them as well. And at our RS Maj, we have a winter cloth drive where we collect old winter clothing and we distribute to the charities over there. That is also Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna. And also if you help the soup kitchens, give them, send food over there, that is also Bali Vaishyav Dev Yajna. So Yajna vai Shrishtamam Karma. This is from Shatpat Brahman. This means the Yajna एक बहुत श्रेष्ठ क्रम है. My next slide. Yajna कैसे होना चाहिए? So this is from Rigved 1:14-11. And it says, Tvam hota manur hito agne yajjeshu sidasi semam no advaram yaj. So उसका मैंने यहाँ पर पद पाठ भी किया हुआ है. You can see it later on the slides. तो इसमें महर्षि ने अर्थ किया है इसका. तो and I have translated, I have written that one over here. And it says Agne means hey Agni Parmeshwar, Agni Dev, Pita Parmeshwar. And we know Maharishi has defined Agni as Gyan Swarup, Prakash Swarup, Paramatma. तवम आप होता होता मीन्स सब पदार्थों के देने वाले हैं. होता इज फॉर्म फ्रॉम हु धातु विच मीन्स देना, लेना और भक्षण करना. तो यहाँ पर देना देना लिखे. परमात्मा हमें सब पदार्थों को देता है. ही क्रिएटेड द पंच महाभूत फ्रॉम विच एवरीथिंग एल्स इज क्रिएटेड हियर. मनुष्यों के हिता धृता है अर्थात धारण करने वाले हैं. यज्ञेशु है ना, सप्तमी विभक्ति बहुवचन में है यज्ञ का. दैट मीन्स यज्ञों में सीदसी विराजमान होते हैं. हे प्रभु आप सब यज्ञों में आप विराजमान होते हैं, आप स्थित हैं उन सब यज्ञों में. द नेक्स्ट पोएम, द व्हाई आई चोज दिस मंत्र, आई विल टेल यू व्हाई. सह मीन्स सो, आप, नह मीन्स हमारे, इमम मीन्स इस, अध्वरम मीन्स हिंसा से रहित, यज्ञ की सिद्धि कीजिए अर्थात पूर्ण कीजिए. इस यज्ञ को जो हम करने जा रहे हैं, इस यज्ञ को आप अपनी कृपा से संपूर्ण कीजिए. पर ये यज्ञ कैसा है? दिस इज व्हाई आई चोज इट. अध्वरम मीन्स जो हिंसा से रहित है, ऐसा. सो दिस इज टेलिंग अस दैट all of our yajna should be non-violent. No offering of human sacrifice or animal sacrifice should be there. This one mantra, if circulated widely in India, should help preventing so many animals being needlessly slaughtered and offered to please certain goddesses. There is a tradition in Nepal. I don't know if it's still there. And I saw it like 2-3 years ago. I saw it was a news item. And I saw lot of animals just slaughtered and left on the ground. They say there was a tradition there to sacrifice 1,000 animals on that particular occasion to please some goddess, and it's a Hindu goddess. So animals were imported. Nepal used to import animals from India, but India has banned the export of animals to Nepal for that purpose. And even in India also, even present times, there are temples in India where animal sacrifice is done. And wouldn't you believe this? I heard this news just a few days, just maybe a month or a few months back. That said, there was a girl that died, that was killed or died in the Northeast somewhere. And the caption, the news said, possible human sacrifice. So it is being done, which is all nonsense, you know. And Vedas are telling us that this should not be done. Our yajna should be free of any violence. There is a story of Mahatma Buddha. So I don't know how far this is true, so don't quote me on this one. There was some guy who was taking a very flock of sheep or goats, and he said, Mahatma Buddha watched it. He said, where are you going? He said, I'm going to the temple. He said, why? He said, they are going to be sacrificed. For why? He said, because to prolong, so that the king, the ruler of this can, will stay here for a long time. And he says, who said that? Who says all this? He says, it is in the Vedas. Yeah, and Mahatma Buddha said that if it is in the Vedas, that he will not read the Vedas. He will not study the Vedas, something like that. And so people used to get away with just telling the other people that this is in the Vedas. It came from the Vedas. But the Veda is saying the other thing around. And so even Shri Krishna, I'm talking about now switching to a different topic here. He had a great regard for yajna. And I just a few days ago, Bhuvneshji sent me a book that was written by Shri Vishnuji's father on Yajna Mahi Rahasya, I think, on Bhagavad Gita ke upar. So unka, it says, I think this is a book that he sent me. And it says that the word yajna comes 100 times in Bhagavad Gita. And it was famous that when Shri Krishna used to travel from one city to the other before sunset, he used to stop a chariot and he performed Dev Yajna and then have a dinner, his dinner. And so the Shri Krishna says in Gita, the sloka is 3.13, 3.13. And he says, Yajya Shishta Shina Santo Muchyante Sarv किल विषय भुंजन्ते ते तवघम पापा ये पचन्त्यात्मक कारणात् यज्ञ शिष्टाशिन्हा। इसका पदच्छेद करेंगे तो इट इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ 3 वर्ड्स, यज्ञ, शिष्ट एंड अशिन्हा। इसका मतलब है जो शिष्टा मीन्स शेष, तो इसका अर्थ है यज्ञ से शेष बचे हुए अन्न को खाने वाले, जो खाने में बचा हुआ है। अशिना मीन्स खाने वाले, संता मीन्स सत्पुरुष, सर्व किल विषयी सब पापों से मुच यंते मीन छूट जाते हैं, और जो पापी लोग आत्म कारणात् मीन्स केवल अपने लिए ही पचंती अन्न को पकाते हैं और खाते हैं वह तो अघम मीन्स पाप भुंजता खाते हैं, वो पाप को ही खाते हैं। सो ही वाज द आइडिया हियर इज फर्स्ट यू डू यज्ञ, then you serve it to whosoever people are present there attending your yajna, and serve it to the needy, serve it to, and then afterwards you eat the prasad. And I have taken another shlok from Bhagavad Gita. This is 3.15. It says that कर्म को ब्रह्म से उद्भवम मीन्स उदय हुआ, उत्पन्न हुआ, विदधि मीन जान। हे अर्जुन, तो कर्म को ब्रह्म से उत्पन्न हुआ जान। और जो ब्रह्म का मतलब यहाँ ज्ञान लिएगा, ज्ञान अक्षर सम उद्भवम, अक्षर मीन जो अविनाशी है, जिसका कभी क्षय नहीं होता, कभी नष्ट नहीं होता, ऐसे अविनाशी परमात्मा से उत्पन्न हुआ जान। जो ज्ञान है वो परमात्मा से उत्पन्न हुआ है। एंड तस्मात इसलिए वह सर्वगतम मीन जो सब जगह गया हुआ है, अर्थात जो सर्वव्यापक है। ऐसे ब्रह्म मीन्स परमेश्वर, नित्यम मीन्स सदा, यज्ञ मीन्स यज्ञ में, प्रतिष्ठितम मीन्स प्रतिष्ठितम, यज्ञ में विद्यमान है। तो जो परमात्मा है, मीन्स कह रहे हैं कि जो परमात्मा जो सर्वव्यापक है वो सब यज्ञ में विद्यमान रहते हैं। तो इसका बस यही है कि people should serve when you are doing a yajna, you serve the people who are there, and then जो बच गया उस प्रभु का प्रसाद लेके खा लेना चाहिए। And this is our last mantra I will discuss today because of time. This is from Rig Ved 10:105:8. It says, Avano Brijna Shishihi Richa Vane Ma Nirchaha Na Brahma Yajya Ridhag Joshati Tave. इसमें कहा है परमात्मा है इंद्र, ब्रह्म मीन्स यहाँ ज्ञान, वेद ज्ञान। अब्रह्म मीन्स बिना वेद के ज्ञान से, अर्थात बिना वेद के मंत्रों से यज्ञ रिधक मीन्स सचमुच, ट्रूली, इंडीड। ना जोशति, प्रीतिकर नहीं होता, पसंद नहीं होता। कहते हैं हे परमात्मा, आपको वो यज्ञ प्रीतिकर नहीं होता जो बिना वेद के मंत्रों से किया गया है, जो मैन मेड मंत्रों से जो करते हैं ना बाकी जगह में, बाकी टेम्पलों में, यू डू नॉट लाइक दोज यज्ञ दैट आर बीइंग परफॉर्म। हे परमात्मा, आप हमारे वृजनानी, वर्जनीय पापों, जो त्याग करने पाप हैं, जो छोड़ने वाले पाप हैं, उनको आप हमसे दूर कीजिए। May we never commit a sin by performing a yajna without the recitation of Ved mantras. May we never entertain a thought even to perform yajna without the Ved mantras. तो फिर ये क्या कहता है बाद में, कहते हैं हम लोग अनिर्चा, अनिर्चा मीन्स अन प्लस ऋचा, बिना ऋचाओं के अर्थात वेद के मंत्रों से यज्ञ करने वाले जनों को, कर्म कांडों को ऋचा, ऋचा मीन ऋचाओं के द्वारा, वेद के मंत्रों के द्वारा वनेम पराजित करें। कई लोग तो एक दो जगह मैंने भाषा देखे हैं, वनेम का अर्थ नष्ट करना भी होता है, कि उनको नष्ट करें। But these days, you know, you have freedom of speech, so you can't say anything. So what I will say, what I have watered it down. I say, may we win over these people by explaining the deeper meaning of the Ved mantras, by reciting the Ved mantras and how beneficial they are. And so I think because maybe I can do one more. I think, yeah, I have one more. I can do one more. सोम यज्ञ, सोमा, एज वी नो, सोम ये लता का नाम है, बेल है जो कि वृक्षों पे चढ़ के बढ़ती जाती है, एंड इट्स जूस इज वेरी इनविगरेटिंग एंड आल्सो हैव मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टीज, इट्स नॉट इंटॉक्सिकेटिंग। एंड दीज हमारे जो पहले पूर्वज थे, दे यूज्ड टू टेक दीज लीव्स, सोमा बेल को, दे यूज्ड टू क्रश इट एंड मेक ए juice out of it. And they used to offer ahuti of that juice. So it's called Som Yajna. And Som Yajna used to last for many days. Sometimes I hear 30 days, 40 days, you know. And so this mantra is about Som Yajna. This is from Rig Veda 10:104:1. It says, Asavi Sohama Puruhut Tubhyam Haribhyam Yajnamupa Yahi Tuyam Tubhyam Giro विप्रवीरा याना दधनवीरा इंद्रा पीबा सुतस्य। उसमें क्या, पुरुहुत इंद्रा, इंद्रा मीन्स परमेश्वर, पुरोहित, पुरु मीन्स बहुत, हुत मैंने बुलाना, बुलाने को बोलते हैं, हे बहुत प्रकार से बुलाने योग्य, या बहुत से बहुत बुलाने योग्य ऐश्वर्यवान परमेश्वर, पिता परमेश्वर। तुभ्यम, तुभ्यम मीन्स आपके लिए हमने, सोमह, सोमा मीन्स सोम रस को, असावी, असावी मीन निचोड़ा है, तैयार किया है, प्रिपेयर्ड किया है। द वर्ड असावी इज फॉर्म फ्रॉम शुई अभिशवे, अभिशवे मैंने होता निचोड़ना, तैयार करना। तो सोमा प्लांट से हमने आपके लिए ये रस तैयार किया है। यज्ञम, हमारे यज्ञ में, हरिभ्याम, हरिभ्याम दुख हरण करने वाले, हरि धातु हरना, दुख हरना, तो दुख हरण करने वाले और कृपा प्रसाद के साथ, तुयम मीन्स शीघ्र ही, उप, उपा मीन्स समीप, याही मीन्स प्राप्त हुई है। इस हमारे यज्ञ में, जो हम सोम यज्ञ करने जा रहे हैं, आप पिता परमेश्वर दुख दूर करने वाले और अपनी कृपा प्रसाद के साथ, योर ब्लेसिंग, विद योर ब्लेसिंग्स, प्लीज कम क्विकली, आइए। आपके लिए तुभ्यम विप्र वीरहा, विप्र मीन्स बुद्धिमान, मेधावी लोग, वीर पुरुष, वीर पुरुषों ने, याना, याना मीन्स ज्ञानशील, गिरा मीन्स स्तुतियों को, दधन विरे, दधन में गतिशील किया है, उच्चारण किया है, प्रेरित किया है। आपके लिए ये जो स्तुतियां हम बोल रहे हैं प्रभु, ये आपके लिए उच्चारण की जा रही हैं। तो सुतस्य मीन्स निष्पादित जो सोम रस है उसका पिबा, पिबा मीन्स पान करिए, आप पान करिए, उसे स्वीकार करिए। So this is about the Som Yajna that is performed. This I have given is the Adi Devik explanation. You can also do a explanation of this based, or you can replace the Adhyatmik. Adhyatmik पक्ष में ये हो जाएगा कि हे परमात्मा, you can replace Som Ras there with Bhakti Ras, Upasana Ras, and rest of them will be the same. ये बहुत प्रकार से बुलाने योग्य ऐश्वर्यवान परमात्मा, आपके लिए हमने उपासना रस या भक्ति रस को सिद्ध किया, पूर्ण किया है। हमारे अध्यात्म यज्ञ में आप दुख हरण करने वाले कृपा प्रसाद के साथ शीघ्र ही उपस्थित होइए। आपके लिए मेधावी वीर पुरुषों ने ज्ञानशील स्तुतियों को धारण करते हैं, उच्चारण करते हैं। इस निष्पादित भक्ति रस को हे पिता परमेश्वर आप स्वीकार करिए। And there are more mantras, but I will not go into that. I will perhaps do it some other time. So I will stop right here. And if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer. You can unmute yourself. यथाशक्ति मैं आपको उत्तर देने का प्रयास करूंगा। लगता है कुछ नहीं है, सारा वैसे तो इजी था, एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ था अच्छी तरह से।
Yeah.
So then what we can do is I can do Shanti part and we can then wrap it up. So Om Dev Shantirantariksam Shantihi Prithvi Shantirapah Shantiroshadhayah Shantihi Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishve Devah Shantir Brahma Shantihi Sarvam Shantihi Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sabko namaste ji. I will close this session now if you don't have any questions. And also
Thank you so much for
It was great.
starting it and great depth explanation of Yaj.
Thank you very much for a simple explanation of mantras and also the Panch Mahayagya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very,
Allah.
very informative.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening and joining. And also for information today, those who attend the Valmiki Ramayana, that class has been cancelled as Acharya Amol is traveling from India to United States today.
A small doubt I got, Rajulaji.
Haji.
Just throw a few more lines on the Soma Yagna. Can you give you some more explanation about that?
सोमरस का तो बस ऐसा ही है कि आई डोंट नो टू मच अबाउट इट। यही है कि मैंने जो सुना हुआ है कि जो सोम का जो प्लांट होता था, अब इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल जैसे इन इंडिया राइट नाउ। दे आर सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग सोम रस विद टेकन फ्रॉम द गिलोई। अब वो गिलोई का जो कहता है इट इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर प्लांट, हैज मेडिसिन प्रॉपर्टी एज वेल। उसको निचोड़ के फिर उसको उसकी आहुति दिया करते थे और जो बच जाता था उसको वो पीते थे। They used to drink that, you know, that is what I've heard. I have not participated in those yajna though.
Dhanyavad.
ठीक है, धन्यवाद। But you can interpret it in both ways. You can replace Som Ras with Bhakti Ras, and then you can have the same mantra going there.
Is there any specific mantras? Any specific mantras to give with that Somras?
There is a Som Yaj. There is a special, I think, booklet for or mantras over there in the Som Yaj. That's what they recite. And this I took from the Vedas, and they may have taken from the Vedas, or there is a Shastra called Kalp Shastra. I think most likely in that Kalp Shastra there will be this Somya must be there.
Dhanyawad. This is something new information today. Dhanyawad.
Yeah. ठीक है जी, धन्यवाद। फिर कल मिलते हैं। कल डॉक्टर सुधीर नंजी will be presenting us with Sandhya Upaasanaa mantra. So we look forward to hearing from him tomorrow. All right, and also if somebody else would like to do the Sandhya in the beginning, I have received a request earlier. Some point of I think this can be rotated. Somebody else can also do the Sandhya portion, and then the other person can do the pravachan on that one. So I am open to that one as well. If somebody wants to take the lead, that is also.
विनय जी करेंगे कल भी।
ठीक है, विनय जी करेंगे, ठीक है। तो I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. सबको सादर नमस्ते।
नमस्ते, थैंक यू।
Dhanyawad.
See.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get out of that. Anyway, okay. Come on, then. The pot, ready? Hold it, I have my. Go, Simmer. Bye, Bob.
And need a help?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, Jia. Anji. Hey, Anji. Anji.
Consideration that somebody needs might need some help. Who is better to sit here? Okay. They come as a restaurant, who they are all the food and food is packed and ready for them. I'm coming to get the food. And then she came over here to go. Yeah, it's like that. Like, is it ready? I got it. And most people, like, you wash it and give it back. Unless it's like a throwaway, but